One of the most important things to do at home before you start reading a story is to do predicting with your child. So it's a really good way to have a look at the pictures, have a discussion about what they think the story is going to be about to help their understanding as they read the book. So Charlie, what's the story called? Trucks. And can you have a look at the pictures? What do you think is going to happen in this story?
There's going to be lots of trucks picking up dirt.
You think they're going to be picking up dirt? Is this story, do you think, a fiction or a non-fiction story?
Non-fiction.
Non-fiction. And why do you think it's a non-fiction? What clues do you have on the front cover that you think it's going to be a non-fiction story?
Because it has real trucks.
A great thought. I love that. Okay, can you start reading for me?
My friend John walks in a truck repair shop.
Can we go back and have a look at this? Now, does that, my friend John walks in a truck repair shop, does that make sense? No. Can we go back and have a look at it and see if we can read it so it makes sense again? Start here again.
My friend John.
Have a look at this sound in the middle. So we've got, can you sound it out for me?
Works.
So it sounds like that, doesn't it? Because that's our sound in the middle, but it's actually works. So my friend John works in a truck repair shop. Can you do that for me?
My friend John works in a truck repair shop. He knows a lot about trucks.
So the most important thing to do is we reread to make sure we have an understanding of what the child is reading. So Charlie had a really great understanding of most of the sounds there, but she had a little bit of a confusion with the word walk. She said walk instead of works. So she actually used her cute articulation sounding out to help her to understand the word. However, sometimes we've come across these tricky words that don't quite make sense. That's when we can step in and we can actually assist your own child to help them to make a better understanding. So we reread to help her to know that what she's reading makes sense in her head. So it's a really important strategy to use at home so they can understand what they're doing. Charlie has really great one-to-one, which means she points under each word so she knows where she's up to in the sentence, which is a really important skill to use at home because it actually helps them to follow along. The other thing is a really good idea to actually let them get to the end of a sentence. And if they have made a mistake, that's when you can have the conversation and go, does that make sense? What word could work there? So we know that if we reread it, a different word actually would work better and actually make the sentence make sense. With your child, make sure that they're in control of the book, so let them flip the pages over. It's a really great way for them to understand that a book goes from obviously left to right and we flip the pages. Charlie, can you show how we flip the page? And then they're ready to go for the next sentence.
John sees all kinds of trucks.
Can you stop there for a second? Can we have a look? What kind of trucks do you see? What are they carrying in this one?
Logs.
Logs. And what was your prediction at the start of the story? What did you think they were going to be doing?
Carrying dirt.
I thought they were going to carry dirt. So you're not too far off, are you? No. So here we've got some logs, so we can have a look at our prediction, can't we? And say, I was close, but I wasn't quite there. But that's okay. What a great prediction you had. Keep going.
John sees all kinds of trucks. Some are big and some are small. Trucks can be many different colours and can carry lots of heavy things.
What did you hear at the end of this word, Charlie? You knew that word was heavy, but does that have an E at the end?
Yes.
It does, is it? But what letter is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so can you show me the action that you do for the E sound when it is at the end of the word? E. So Charlie here's picked up that the Y sound at the end of a word actually makes an E sound, so she can identify our cute articulation and our jolly phonics actions to actually understand that that is a rule, that when a Y is at the end, she knows that makes an E sound. Okay, when you're ready, keep going.
Some trucks have long trailers.
Well done.
The trucks with trailers have lots of wheels. The wheels are big and the X.
Now, tree is. Does that sound right? This is another one of these really tricky words. This word here, it's actually tires. Tires.
Are black.
Can you go back and reread it so you can understand what you've just read?
The wheels are big and the tires are black.
Well done.
John knows how the engines work. Truck engines are big and they use
Diesel, well done.
diesel fuel
Good girl.
to make them run. They need oil and water to keep them running.
So I have a question for you, Charlie. We're talking about on this page about engines. Can you tell me, do you have another, can you make a connection to another machine that might have an engine in it?
Cars.
A car? And how do you know that?
Because I've seen my mum put water in her car. John knows how the air brakes work.
Can I stop you there for a second, Charlie? Can we have a look at these pictures? It's really important to make sure that you allow your child to look at the pictures because it actually helps them to connect words that might be in the text but they haven't actually been able to read the words. So you can relate back to the pictures to assist them with their accuracy as they're reading. So what do you think? Let's have a look at this. So you said that it's brakes. Can you point to the part of the picture that are the brakes of the truck? Can you see the brakes? Yeah, and look here as well. These are the brakes. What do brakes do, Charlie?
They stop the truck from where it's going.
Yeah, so it makes it stop, doesn't it? Well done. So the importance of asking questions that might not be directly related to the text is also giving the students that idea of the connections that they're making with what they're reading. So sometimes it actually helps them to interpret what they're reading and make an understanding because they can relate to what the pictures or what the text is actually saying. So that's why we talk about how Charlie and I are talking about, okay, well, what do brakes do? It gives her that understanding of what brakes are, so she's having a full comprehension of, as she's reading, she can really relate back to what she knows. So
they go
good girl.
When the truck stops. Some trucks make lots of noise when they stop. Trucks need good brakes to make them stop safely.
Yeah.
Brakes need air to make them work. Brakes need to be changed every day.
Now, can we go back? I really like the way that you saw the ch sound in that word, but can you read it from the start? And can you have a look and see what that word might actually say?
Brakes need to be checked every day.
Good girl. So we went back and we reread it, didn't we? So we made sure that we understood that word made a little bit more sense, didn't it? Checked every day. Because if you had to change a tyre every day, that would be a little bit hard, wouldn't it? Okay.
John knows how the horn works. Horns need air to make them blast. Trucks' horns are very loud.
So can I get you to stop there, Charlie? It's really important to let them sound out the word and not jump in straight away to help them with it, especially when in reading we're learning the different sounds and the different sounds that two letters make together. So actually giving them that opportunity to sound it out is much more important than you jumping in and telling them what the word is. Let them try to figure out first. And then if they need help, that's when you jump in and you can help them with the actual word.
Sometimes John use a computer to find out what needs fixing. The computer can show if the engine is okay.
It's also really important as you're reading to stop your child and ask them questions so they do have an understanding of what they're reading to throughout. So Charlie, can you tell me, what have we read about trucks so far? Can you tell me 2 things that we've read already about trucks?
Their horns are really loud,
Why do you think they have to have a loud horn?
so people know that they're coming through.
Fantastic. And what's another fact that we've read about?
John uses a computer to what needs fixing.
What needs fixing? Well done. Okay, next page.
When the trucks are fixed, the trucks drive them away.
Can you stop there? Does that make sense? Can you go back and reread it for me so we can understand what it says? Start from the start.
When the trucks are fixed,
Good girl.
the trucks drive.
What do we have at the end? What do we have? What? We've got drive, but what does this sound make? What do these 2 letters make together? So can you see if you can
Drivers
Good girl.
drive them away. Sometimes they beep the horn to say thanks to John.
Awesome reading. So at the end, it's really important too, so then to go back and ask them more questions, so to keep extending their comprehension. And so you can check how their understanding has come from the start to the end, and they know that what they're reading is for meaning. So it's not just we're reading a book, but this is what happened in the book, and this is how we know those things. So Charlie, what are 2 other facts that we know that we read about? So you've said about the computers fixing the problems of the trucks, and you said that the trucks are really loud. They make loud noises with their horns. What else? What else did we learn about trucks? What did we say that cars have as well as trucks, that we made a connection?
Engines.
Engines, you're right, they have engines. And what else did they have? There was something that helps them to stop.
Water and air.
Water and air, yep, I like your thinking, but there was something else with a... What do they have?
Brakes.
They have brakes to help them stop as well. Great reading, well done.